Alright, so in today's tutorial, I'm going straight big and straight fall. Like, I really wanted to play with these fall colors, give you like a fall theme with the browns and the greens and the look. I'm giving you a protective style. I don't really know if that's fall, but I just want a cornrows, so I'm giving you new hair. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Alright, so welcome back. I wanted to do this tutorial today just focusing on a fall look, but a look for the eyes, a fall eyeshadow look to be specific. I wanted to do something focusing on blending and layering shadows, and then also showing what I use specifically. So here, as you can see, I'm starting with my base. Foundation is already done, and I also already primed my eyelids. I used my go-to primer, the Louise base Rumour number 5, and I just applied a thin layer all over the eyelid, and then I'm gonna actually kind of press that out first, and I'm just using this brush to just smooth out any creases, and then I'm gonna just lightly set where I'll start blending. So I'm kind of focusing on setting the crease, and I'm just using whatever powder is left from this brush. I used this brush to set my under eye powder just a few minutes ago, and so I'm just using that to kind of press into that crease and brow bone area. I'm not too worried about the lid, and this just makes sure that when I go up with my first blending shades or my first couple blending shades, it won't cling. It'll blend seamlessly. So for my first crease color, I'm gonna go in with MAC Uninterrupted. If you've watched any of my videos thus far, you know this is where I start. This shade, it kind of just mimics my natural eyelid, but it's a hint warmer and a lot more richer in tone. So this is just a perfect transition shade if you're my skin tone or a little lighter. It is a popular MAC shade. It's been around for a while. So to blend out Uninterrupted, I'm gonna go in with my MAC blending brush. This is the 224 brush. This is the natural hair version. Now they discontinued this. They only make the synthetic hair version, which I know does not perform the same, just because natural hair brushes perform a lot differently than synthetic. Not saying synthetic hair brushes are horrible, because I do own a ton of those, but this is just my favorite. So I'm gonna go right into with this one. And I'm just gonna take it, swirl it around that pan some, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go just right into the crease. And I'm gonna keep my brush in the crease while most of this color is concentrated. And I'm gonna use these little windshield wiper motions, of course. And this is gonna just start to add the depth to the eyelid before I build up any darker shade. And I'm gonna move my mirror a little closer so I can see a little better. Sometimes you gotta get up in that thing. So with the same blending brush, I'm gonna go on with this chocolate brown shade. It's called Bots. It's a Morphe color from one of the Morphe palettes. I'm not sure which palette this came from, but it is something that I depotted and added to my collection. Typically, sometimes when I get palettes and I don't like all of the colors, I tend to just depot the ones that I know that I'll use, and that's what I did in this case. I'm gonna take this on the same blending brush, the MAC 224, and I'm going to put this color or concentrate this color in the crease, but try not to blend it up as much as I did the last shade. So I'm gonna start in the crease and stay in the crease. This is like this chocolate brown. It's a beautiful shade, but still matte like the previous one. So now with this smaller blending brush, this is the Morphe M506, and you can see it's very thin, but it's still blendable. I'm gonna take this MAC shade in ground brown, which is a deeper brown, so I'm getting even darker, and I'm gonna concentrate this in the crease, specifically the lower portion, just to darken up right before I transition to something lighter. This is also the area where I will cut to the crease, so I want it to kind of outline. And then I will blend it out with that first blending brush. really try to diffuse it a little bit. And I want to drag it in the inner corner here and also the outer corner. So now with the same eyelid base, this P. Louise base, I'm going to use it to cut the crease and just re-establish a blank canvas for the lid so that that lid color will really pop. This is a popular trend, cut crease eyeshadow looks, nothing too new, but it does get tricky. For me, it gets tricky because I have more hooded eyes, so I have to kind of take my time and cut the crease a little higher. So I'm gonna use this flat Sigma brush. This is the F70 or the concealer brush. And I like it because it has a nice curve to the tip. So it really can help me give the detail cut that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna start by kind of outlining it first. And then I'll kind of place the color where I think, and then I'll tilt my head down and look up, and it kind of leaves an impression, and then I carve from there. And I want it to meet the inner eyelid, and then I'll just kind of blend out. So now that I've gone in and reestablished the crease, I'm gonna go in with this shade Bronze by MAC. It's has a nice satin finish, not chunky glitter, but definitely has a great shift to it. I'm gonna use a packer brush for this. So no better brush than the MAC 239. This is like a great blending slash shading slash lid brush. It kind of does a lot of things. That's why it's so popular. So I'm gonna use this brush, go right into that color and pack it on the lid. Of course, I'm gonna use my little handy dandy tool to block my lashes. That is a beautiful color. And the payoff, see, this is why you have to just spend a little money with MAC, because the payoff, it's bomb. It's bomb. The color in the pan does it no justice. Like, you have to put it on the lid, on top of a primer, on top of a paint pot or something tacky, something opaque, and it's just bomb. So I'm just gonna go in and blend this corner just a little bit with these previous shades. So now, using that same smaller blending brush, this is the Morphe 506, I'm going to start to kind of smoke out the lower lash line. So I'm going to start with the Uninterrupted shade first. And this doesn't have to be super neat, so that's why I'm using this detailed but rather large brush. I'm going to tap into Bots, the second brown shade. Do the same thing. So with this very thin brush, this is the Morphe E11, it's just a thin angled brush. I'm gonna dip into the darker shade, the Ground Brown by MAC. And I'm gonna use that and also kind of tight line and get really close to the lash line. Now with this Morphe M431 pencil brush, I'm gonna apply this lighter color towards the inner corner of the eye. That's the lid color Bronze by MAC, and blend it right into the darker shades. So now that the eye shadow is done, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face off camera and I'll be right back. All right, so this is the final look, and I kind of jumped in fast. Like, I went straight bold with a dark smoky eye and a dark lip. But that's what fall is all about, and I really enjoy wearing these colors. They've been sitting on the shelf for how many months? You know, fall is here, winter is approaching, and I mean, shit, I'm ready. Are you? Thank you as always for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace.